Hello and welcome to this technical setup video on how to configure and use the Brother Cloud Remote Panel product upgrade powered through Microsoft Azure. But first, let me introduce you to it. The Brother Cloud Remote Panel enables you to securely take control of a Brother device's screen from potentially anywhere in the world over the internet. Which may raise some important security concerns. So let me address these now. Upon requesting access to a remote device's control panel, the actual device itself will display an access request confirmation message that someone must physically respond to before a connection can be established. Once a connection has been established, the Cloud Remote Panel will be displayed in a web browser through a temporary session in Azure that will terminate when the session is manually ended or after approximately 5 minutes of inactivity. The session itself will be over a secure, encrypted HTTPS connection, which will be terminated once the session has ended or is inactive for approximately 5 minutes. By deleting the HTTPS link, how can you then re-establish this connection? The same way it was started, by using the Brother BRadmin Professional 4 device management utility. I will show you how to do this at some point during this video. What's more, BRadmin must already be connected to your private Azure service using securely generated Shared Access Signature Keys (SAS keys). This means you cannot simply bookmark the page you see on the screen or share it, thanks to it being a secure, temporary connection. Now let's move on to the requirements. Remote connections are managed through Microsoft Azure. Therefore, you will need a subscription to it. You will also need to have a pre-configured Azure storage account with a shared blob and table. On your screen is a link to another video of mine that takes you through the entire setup process. You will then need to download, install, and connect the Brother BRadmin Professional 4 utility to Azure. If you are not sure how to do this, the next link on your screen will take you to another video of mine that explains the full step-by-step setup process. Remote Panel will also need activating via BRadmin. To do this, you will need a license key that can be purchased from a range of Brother resellers. If you are not sure where to find one, please feel free to contact Brother directly, who can help to source one for you. If you are not sure how to use the license key to activate Remote Panel, please find a link on the screen to my step-by-step video guide. And finally, the same Brother device running the Remote Panel upgrade will need to be connected to Azure. On your screen is a link to yet another one of my videos showing you how to do this. Once you have all the requirements in place, you will now need to create 2 additional resources in Azure. These are called resource sharing rules that will allow remote access to a Brother device's touchscreen. To do this, please go back to the Azure storage account through portal.azure.com, which you will need to have already created during the requirements section of this video. And then click the Containers option from the Data Storage section. Within the row of your container, click these 3 dots. and then from the drop-down menu, click the Container Properties option. Copy to your clipboard or into a text editor the domain portion of your container's URL. In this example, the domain part of my URL is shown in red. In other words, everything before the first single /. We now need to go back to the storage account main menu. Amongst other ways, it can be done by clicking here. And then find and click the Resource Sharing CORS option from the Storage Account blade. Select the Blob Service option. It will probably already be selected. And then type the asterisk symbol into the Allowed Origins box. Next, expand the Allowed Methods dropdown and select the Delete, Get, Post, Options and Put methods. Type the asterisk symbol into both the Allowed Headers box and Exposed Headers box. In the Max Age box, type the number 86400. This is a day, but expressed in seconds. When you have done this, click the Save button. After a few seconds, if not immediately, you should see this or a similar message. We now need to apply a similar configuration to the table. To do this, simply click the Table Service option as shown here, and then paste the container URL that was copied from earlier into the Allowed Origins box. Next, expand the Allowed Methods dropdown and select the Delete, Get, Post, Options and Put methods. Type the asterisk symbol into both the Allowed Headers box and Exposed Headers box. In the Max Age box, type the number 86400. When you have done this, click the Save button. After a few seconds, if not immediately, you should see this or a similar message again. We are now finished with Azure and can now move into the final part of the video, which is connecting to and using the Cloud Remote Panel. Despite being accessible through a web browser, the service will need to be initiated via the Brother BRadmin Professional 4 utility. Therefore, from BRadmin, ensure that you have the correct Azure profile selected, and then click the Cloud Connection subcomponent. Please note that Cloud Remote Panel will not work with devices connected to Azure through a BRadmin client. Instead, they must always be connected through a direct cloud connection. From here, select the Brother device that has the Cloud Remote Panel upgrade activated, and then click the Remote Panel option from the right-hand side panel. It will be listed under Instant Tasks. If this option is not visible, it probably means you will need to update your version of BRadmin. If you can see it, but the Remote Panel option is greyed out, it's likely that the selected device is either not directly connected to Azure or does not have the Remote Panel upgrade activated. From here, type the Brother device's admin password. Then click the Start button. You will then be returned to this screen. There will be a short delay of around 30 to 60 seconds before the Remote Panel session is started. To check its progress, simply select the Tasks tab, where in this example, you can see that the Remote Panel initiation request is still in progress. The task will then move on to this section of the screen once it has been completed. This will then trigger a confirmation request message on the actual device's control panel. that someone must physically respond to before the remote connection can be established through a temporary, secure HTTPS session. Thank you for watching.